lots many of the culture in our society, like different culture we can see the cultures, like we have different area wise cultures are there. Like when we talk about the religion and languages, first we will discuss about the languages, thereafter we will come on the topic religion. When we talk about the multilingual, because of the multicultural country, our country has the multilingual. Lingual means the languages. Interestingly, in India, there are approximate 1652 languages which are dialects into the Indian people. When we talk about the language differ, how the language differ. Now, if you will go to the other countries in the western side, you will observe that the majority of the people they will be speaking into the one or the two or hardly four or five languages will be observed. But in India, after few kilometers there is a change into the language. Now suppose if you will observe the Kokni language, okay, so in each small Kokni village the language Kokni language spoken is different. As I belong to the Kokni community, so I find it very difficult in my home. What, I don't speak in Kokni, but elder people in my family they speak in Kokni. So what Kokni they all are speaking, the villagers they have the different accent and in a different way they are speaking. The Kokni which we all are speaking, majority of the people in Kalyan they are speaking into the same language. But in the village when I go, I find it very difficult to understand that what they are. So it's this way up to some kilometer this language changes. But same way the people those who belongs to the Thane Konkan region, like we Kokni people, so we have the different language than the Ratnagiri Kokni people. Then you, if you will go to the Goa side, the Goa people actually the mean Kokni means the people those who stay nearby the water bodies. Okay, so here you will observe various group have the various language. Same way, if you will go to the Rajasthan, where usually the Marwari language has been spoken. So as we have the business terms with those people, so my brother always says that in every region of Rajasthan and Gujarat, the language spoken is very different, but they know because they have to deal with the business. So this manner 1652 languages are there which are spoken in India. Constitution of the India has recognized now so many languages are there. So we have to make some languages as the official language. As such in India there is no official language. Note it down, all the language have the equal respect. But apart from that, 22 languages are majorly used. Hindi is the most widely spoken and loved by the majority of the Indian. Even if you will go to the any place in the India, majority of the people you will find they may speak in some different accent. As I have observed when I went to the south region, so I observed that their accent is totally different and different way they speak in Hindi. Then thereafter, second major language spoken by the Indian people is the Bengali, and thereafter the Telugu. English, when we talk about, so in Mumbai we hear lots of English, right? And usually this has become a custom that we communicate and we prefer to communicate in English as it is the medium of language in many schools as well as the colleges. But like let me tell you, only about 2 to 3% of the Indian population can speak fluent English. Another 7 to 8% people they merely understand the simple English, and when they speak, so they speak the broken English. Now you get the meaning of that broken English. Okay, so this way the English is rarely used by the Indian people. They prefer, even if your English is very good and you are whatever post you are on, you will find that we are very much comfortable to converse with each other in Hindi or the regional language. Now, when we talk about the religion, India has no official religion. Note this point down, student. India has no official religion. because our country is a democratic country. Because you might have seen that the many country they have their official religion, although the other people also stay there, but they will have the official religion like Islamic mulk. You might have heard Pakistan, Iran, all these are the Islamic country. But like this, in India, it do not have any official religion, but majority of the people, uh, they all are following the Hinduism, because large number of the people they are Hindu. Major religion of the world you can see into the India, example Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, all these are there as per the census. Now we all know the last census are done in decades. So the last census was done into the 2011. So as per that, 80.5% of the Indian population they follow the Hinduism, that is followed by the Islam, and then other population, those who believe into the other religion, are just 6.1%. But still, although the majority of the people they belong to the Hinduism, India has not selected any type of the religion as the democratic country is there. So that's why no official religion is been made. But you can observe the thing in India is the caste system. Caste system is one of the most striking characteristic into the Indian culture. In India, Constitution Schedule Caste Order 1950 list an approximate 1108 castes are present in India. Example, when you will observe the traditional Hindu society, there were only four castes in the earlier times. And this four caste in Hinduism are known as the four levels. The term is Varnas, yeah. They were using the casteism or the classes into the Hinduism. They are called as the Varnas. These are the based on the occupation of the individual, like the one who's portraying the religious belief. So they will be called as the Brahmin, then Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. So each caste has their own rules. They will have their own regulations. They will have their own values. They will have their own institution, as well as interestingly, although all they are belong to the Hindu religion only, they will be having the different festivals. Gradually all this caste system underwent into the change on the basis of the birthplace. Now, as I told you, these castes were divided as per or you can say these were originated as per their occupation. So people have replaced their occupation. So, on the basis of that, this criteria of determining the caste has also been changed, and the further casteism has been evoked. Now, when we talk about the intergroup cultural differences, so yes, there are intergroup cultural differences. First, for instance, like each caste will have the subcaste, and this subcaste will have the subculture. As I told you, that caste system was based on the culture and the occupation. As the people started changing the occupation, so what they did, they followed the subcaste system, and this subcaste system, even in the case of religion, you will observe there are the intra-group cultural differences. Even if you will see the this Shudra, so they will also be having categories of the various different type of the caste system. So this is all about the intercultural differences. Even these differences come with the place where they stay. Like in regional basis, you will observe, as just now I have given you the example of the Kokni groups, the people those who stayed at the nearby water bodies, they were been called as the Koknis. Why? Because these people, now see, usually our diet is based on our area. So as they were staying nearby to the water body, so their basic diet was the fish. Okay, so for just a minute, someone wants to enter into the lecture. Let me allow. Students, I will appreciate if you will enter in the lecture with your official IDs, because it disturbs my lecture.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, now when we talk about the intra-group cultural differences, so just now I had given you the example of the casteism on the basis of the area, and we were discussing about this Kokni community. They were staying near the water body, so their basic diet settled as the fish wherever you go. India have lots of coastal area, so south, so you will observe their basic diet is same. So these intra-group cultural differences brought because of their area and all. So on the basis of that people they all have divided. Now when we talk about the uh, adaptation from the other culture, so Indian society has a great influence of the Western culture, because when we came under the rule of the English people, so that time we observed their culture very closely, and now because of the advancement into the technology, we have the lots of influence with the this culture, Western culture. Now see, in any religion you will find there is no birthday celebration and cake cutting, but here whether you belong to any of the religion, now you will find that we are doing the cake cutting and all. Yes, why we are doing this is the influence, it is their way of celebration of birthday and everything, but it is not our culture. So this is the influence of the Western culture. Now when and how this Western culture started and rooted in the Indian society, so this was influenced with the arrival of the Portuguese in the Goa into the 16th century, and thereafter British, French and Dutch in the other part of India has started arriving into the 17th century. And due to impact of this Western culture, many elements of the Indian culture have been undergone to the several changes. Like you can see, just now I had given you the example of the way of celebrating birthday and all. In the earlier time, the people they used to celebrate, it is not like that they never used to celebrate, but they were having the different way of the celebration. Like if any Hindu is there, so they were offering the puja, and they were doing their body weight, what they are using the term, I don't remember, I guess dakshina. So they were giving that much amount, or maybe the, you can say, the grains and all to the poor people. And in case of the Muslims, there was no celebration of the birthday concept was only there, but another type of things were there. All these are been exchanged by the Western culture. Even we have changed our the food habits. Right now majority of the people they
Excuse me, ma'am.
are yes,
Voice is not coming properly.
yes,
Your voice is
I
not
guess there is a problem. Yeah, you are saying your voice is not clear, so I guess that you check your internet connection first, because from my side the signal strength is very much good. You check your internet, but still if problem persists, use the earphone. We changed our music habits, we adapted the Western music as well as the dance style. There was the simple Indian folk dances were there, then clothing also changed. Now see, the people rarely they were wearing their type of clothing. In the various religion, they were having their own identity of the clothes. Like the Hindus, they were having, if they are married and they belong to this holy community, those, so they were having a specialized sari, I guess it is called as the kashta. So they were wearing now Nawadi sari. Yes. So they were having that type of clothing, but now I hardly, as I stay very close to the Koliwada, so I hardly see any the Koli girl they are wearing this type of the dress. Now Muslims they were having the loose clothing, but there was no as such. But now I can see many of they are wearing the westerns. Their lifestyle has been changed. We do not have the old pattern of the lifestyle which we were having in the earlier time. way of education is also been changed and so on. Like when we talk about the education, so in the earlier period of the time, education was just given into the gurukul or the madrasa. If the person belongs to the Hinduism, they were admitted into the gurukul, and usually all this, whether it's a gurukul or the madrasa, this education institute, they were set up very far away, and there were very few gurus, or you can say the alim, those who were training to the children, and they were set up very far away from the areas, and there were very few, and people used to travel and they used to reside. That means this gurukul or the madrasa were the residential school where they were getting the knowledge of this particular religion. So the entirely the basic knowledge was the religious knowledge, but now the pattern of the education has been changed, and we are learning the knowledge, and we are getting this knowledge. After that, we are setting up our occupation with the help of that knowledge. Now, because of that, all this westernization, we have got lots a broad spectrum for the cultural. Now, when we talk about these races, as now I told you that we have lots many of the races. So, Indian culture has grown over the years due to the contribution from the various ethnic races, like the Proto-Australoid. They have given contribution to the art of pottery, cultivation of the fruits, as well as the vegetation. When we talk about the proto-australoids, so they have developed the village culture based on the agriculture. When we talk about the Dravidians, so they have developed the city culture. They built the city of the Indus Valley. Means the people, those other races, those who have come and settled into the India, or even the Indian special races. So they are very well known with the various type of this particular racism. And the Dravidians, they developed the city culture. They built the city of Indus Valley. The Dravidian language is the mother of the South Indian language, like Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, and Malayalam. So this is all they have derived from the Dravidian language only. The Dravidian social customs and traditions are being used by Hindus for performing certain rites as well as the rituals. When we talk about the Indo-Aryan culture, so these Indo-Aryan races, they have contributed to the Vedic literature. Now we all know the about the Vedic literature, that it has a very great influence of the knowledge into the modern science as well. This Vedic period have given a lot of contribution for building the new educational concept. So the basis of our present socio-economic culture as well as the religious idea and institution, all these are greatly influenced by the Vedic literature of the Aryans only. Now, when we talk about the Islamic culture, it has a very great influence over the Indian society through the architecture, dress, like their shalwar kameez and dupatta is now owned by the young girls. In spite of their caste and religion, you will find that they are wearing it. The ladies belonging to any race or religion, they prefer to have the shalwar kameez and dupatta. If they belong to the good society or the good family, you will find that they are bearing all these things. Now, food and cuisines also have a very great impact. Every religion, now see what we used to do. We used to celebrate the food mela, in that everyone used to bring their ethnic cuisine. And I'm a very foodie person, so that's why I like to discuss it. That every custom, every religion, and every caste, they have their own way of preparation of the food. So that particular way, Indians have the lots many food. If you will talk about Chinese food, so they will have only one type of the Chinese food. But when I talk about the Indian food, even if I will talk about the Maharashtrian food, so lots of variety will be there. I will talk about the Punjabi food, so although we collectively tell them with that, but even if you will come to the Maharashtra, you will find that the Khandesh area, they will be having the Khandeshi type of the food. They will have their own peculiar way of preparing all this food and cuisines. And if you will talk about the different type of all the religion, all the people, caste, subcaste, they have their own way of the preparing food. Now, this is all about the multicultural society. India is the multicultural way. Now, we will be discussing about the demographic composition. Now, when we talk about demography, note down the term demography, write down the meaning. It is the study of different aspects of population. What do you mean the population? Population means the area in which a group of people reside. So that is called as the population. So when we talk about the demography, so it is the study of,
Ma'am, can you say it again?
yeah, I will repeat. Demography is a study of
One second.
Demography is a study of different aspects of population. I repeat, demography is a study of different aspects of population. Now, when we talk about the area of the India, so approximately Indian area is 32.9 lakh square kilometer, and interestingly, in it's such a small area, India occupies about 2.4% of world's land area, and that much of area we have the huge population. This is the last census. I know it is not visible, but it is available on internet. The last census was held in the year 2011. You can search it. Okay. This census is available on internet. I will share it in the group as well. So when you will observe the census carefully, so India is the seventh largest country by area in the world. It is it has 17.5% of world's population. Note down, this is a very important point, and exam point of view also it is very important. It can be asked into the MCQ type of question. I will repeat this thing. India is the seventh largest country by area. Seventh largest country by area, but in population, it is 17.5% of the entire world's population. Now, this particular data is given as per the 2011 census, the last census held. Okay, now the count may be definitely different. 60% of Indians' population lives in the six states. That means the 60% in six states. How many states do we have? Including the Union Territory, we have the 35. So out of all this, approximately 60% of the population it stays into the UP, maximum majority of the population, then Maharashtra, Bihar, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. I repeat, 60% of the Indian population stays in Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Bihar, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. It is estimated that by 2025, India will be the most populous country. Even we are suppressing the China. Now, see, China is also having a huge population. It's on number one, but the area of the China is very much big as compared to the India. As per the 2011 census, 50% of the Indian population is below 25 years of age. What do you mean by that? That means they are going to reproduce into the next generation, and 60%, 65% is of the below 35 age. Up to the this, if we will think about, so definitely, even if they will have one children, so definitely our population is going to increase. UP tops the population list, that is approximate 199.6 million, followed by the Maharashtra, that is 112.4 million, and Bihar is 103.8 million. So we have a huge population. And when we talk about the religion wise composition of the population, so Hindu approximate 96.6. Now see, this data is based on the last census, that is 2011 census. When we talk about the India's population on the basis of the religion, So approximate 96.63% people, sorry, 96.63 crore people, that is approximate 79.8%, they all belongs to the Hinduism. And next Muslim, that those who believe in Islam, they are approximate 17.22 crores, that is approximate 14.2%. Christians 2.78, and 2.3% of the total population. Sikhs are 1.7%, that is approximate 2.08 crores. Buddhists are 0.84 and approximate 0.7%. Jain 0.45 crore, approximate 0.4%, and others altogether are 9%. And out of which others means other religion, they belongs to the 0.7%, 0.79 crore. And few those whose religion not stated, that means they do not belong, unatheist we can call them, so they belong are approximate 0.2% and 0.29 crores their population is. So this is all about the religion wise composition for today's lecture. For this note, I will stop for now.